Stone crabs are finally back at Bonefish Grill. Our favorite time of the year is here. Fresh off the Florida docks and served the way they were meant to be served. Chilled, cracked, and ready for dipping in our signature house-made mustard sauce. And they pair perfectly with our seasonal handcrafted martinis like our guest favorite, Winter White Cosmo. Hurry into Bonefish Grill for these incredibly fresh treats of the season and get them before they're gone, because they're only here while supplies last. Come see what's in season at Bonefish Grill.
Blog Talk Radio.
What's going on, everybody? This is the one and only Romey-mak back again with you. Welcome to Romey-mak's 2 Cents, where we talk about any and everything, and we give our 2 cents. It's Friday, everybody. Again, hope everybody had a good week, good holiday last week as well. Today's show is pretty special, just as much as last week was when we had Miss Janae Gardner on the show. But a real good friend of mine, Rashod Harris of the Rebel Society, will be on the show, and I got him beeping in right now. So no further ado, let's get the crew on. Joe Sneaks and Rashod. Hold on. I got both Joe Sneaks and my man I just introduced to the world on the show. That is Rashod Harris of the Rebel Society. Fellas, say what's up there, everybody.
What's going on, people?
All right, what's up, man?
Yeah, go. Yeah. Oh, cool. Everybody had a good week.
Oh yeah,
cool. Cool, Jay. Feels straight.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Well, everybody listening, man, give a little backstory on how me and Rashod roughly know each other, met each other. I'd say what was it, 9th, 10th grade, probably, Rashod.
Probably about 10th grade.
Yeah, 10th grade, Mr. White class. Matter of fact, yeah, Joe got stories for days about that one. That vicious stuff, But that's
Joe, you was in that class too, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I was in there.
Yeah. But we, ever since then, we've been cool, been tight. I was fortunate enough to be part of Rashod's wedding as a groomsman. Just to show that type of connect. But to even go further. The type of guy that Rashod is. When I was in the Air Force, a lot of people may not know, he was one of the few brothers that kept in touch with me when I was in the desert. And that meant a lot. Anybody that's been deployed will tell you. Once you leave, your area, people can somewhat, can carry on with their busy lives. But he was gracious enough, man, to answer the phone when I would call, from like the desert or even email, So really do appreciate that, man. But we're gonna get right into it. Go ahead, Rashod.
That's it. It's nothing, man. Yeah, let's get into it, man. I'm just waking up, so trying to get
I'm
myself
just getting
together.
off of work, man. So we got fatigue on both ends,
Cool.
Yeah, but anything you want to add, Joe, before we get into this interview, as far as your affiliation with Rashod?
Nah, that's my bro.
Make it short and sweet, right? Nah, that's my dog. That's it. Oh man, no, it's gonna be a good show, man. I've been looking forward to this all week when we're talking to two of my closest brothers, man. Here we go. So what we're gonna do, Rashod, man, I'm gonna ask a few questions that the people wanna know just a little bit about you and the business that you stand for, and then we'll get into like the the typical topics that we do on the show. But start it off. But what is the Rebel Society for those that don't that don't follow you?
The Rebel Society. Excuse me. Yeah. Can I cuss on this first, brother?
Man, go ahead, bro. Man, this is our show. Whatever.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I give the what's the little precaution that and the comments and opinions of those mentioned on this show do not reflect that of the host. So you say what you want to do.
Oh, okay.
It's all great.
I don't want to, no deacons listening or nothing. But yeah. But the Rebel Society is a content marketing agency that services niche businesses and mid-sized small businesses to try to help them grow, like mostly their online presence and really just their presence overall. So we do a lot of pretty much the pillars that we stand on. We do pretty much the strategy, really breaking down your strategy, breaking down your demographics, your goals, and all that to find out where you need to go to or who you need to reach. And then we do all the content, and so that consists of the videos, photo shoots, graphic images, pretty much a lot of content that you see online, but we make sure that the content that we create goes with who you're trying to reach. And then third and lastly is the distribution part of it, which a lot of people forget. So that really consists of once you create the content, you got to find out where those people are that you're trying to reach and distribute your content there. So that usually consists of could be email lists, it could be influencer seeding, it could be social media management, it could be just targeting certain groups of people on social media, could be Instagram ads, Facebook ads, radio commercials, what have you. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. And just to go into it, I've been doing it for about 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. This has been the first year I've been doing it 100% full time, so that's been a blessing. And yeah, I've just been loving every minute of it. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Man, that's awesome, man. That's good. That's awesome. That's good to hear, man. Yeah, actually, the next question was going to be, how did you get started with the business? But you just roughly answered that. Before 4 years ago.
Yeah, actually, to really break how it got started, though, since I got out of college or when I discontinued college, I was trying to find, what I wanted to do with my life since I hated working for people. So back then, that was probably about 10 years ago, I started a music site called New Blood Music. I was big into, so I was big into just pushing. Actually, I remember your song being up there.
Yeah.
I think I still got it on my computer somewhere.
Yeah. I think it was that Cloud9 Square song that me and Chubb did. Shout out to Chubb, man. And
No. This was an R&B song, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. It was Cloud9. It was either Cloud9 Square or it was Girl I Want to Feel You. One of the two. I ain't recorded with so much.
Yeah,
it was Girl I Want to Feel You.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I almost forgot you were the R&B singer for a hot second.
Jamie Foxx.
Right. So I did that site, and then I got start working with indie music label, rap label up here in Virginia, where I was pretty much doing all their marketing and stuff. That ran its course. Then I started working with a guy named KG. We started Revolution Media, where we're pretty much just doing marketing for rappers and music artists. Actually got, pretty much our main thing was just getting people into different online platforms, like different blog sites. The main artist that we worked with was Still the Thrill, ended up getting him into XXL. Then after a while, I realized that I got tired of working with artists because they don't really have steady paychecks, and I kind of need my money.
Yeah.
So so stopped working with them, and then I just transitioned. I had a site at the time called the Rebel Society, so I just transitioned the site into being just a marketing company. So that's how everything happened. The quick and dirty version.
That's quick and awesome right there. That's just awesome, that story right there. But for real, did you have to make any sacrifices to go forth? I would say with the business that you're into.
I mean, I sacrifice every day. I sacrifice not going out. I sacrifice not hanging with friends. Like 2 years ago, I sacrificed not doing anything except work. So I sacrificed time with my wife. I mean, I sacrifice every day. Like, a lot of people have stuff that they want to do. Even when I was single, I sacrificed smashing chicks because I was working all the time. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that, I just didn't do because I'm focused on what I want to do. But, like, a lot of people, like my boys, a lot of my boys went to Vegas. I couldn't go to Vegas because I had to work,
I feel that, man.
But, I mean, at the end, on the opposite side, though, like a lot of people right now say that, you know, I'm lucky to be where I'm at. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not lucky. I just work harder than most of these niggas.
You work. Respect.
Yeah.
You respect this dude, man. This dude worked to get where he is, man. So
yeah,
fuck to get all that luck stuff. I mean, people that don't really follow you, you know what I'm saying? Of course, it's easy to say how lucky you are to do it, you know, to do what you do, man. But that's just because they're on the outside looking in. They're not the ones that's following you, you know, day to day and realizing what it takes to make something work. You know what I'm saying? Like, from at least for me, man, I've been watching you, you know what I'm saying, ever since, you know, we've pretty much graduated, man, and become on our own, man. You've been an inspiration for me. You know, I've seen you with your own, you know, platform, and I was like, well, how can I find myself within the realm? You know what I'm saying? You know, Rashod's got his thing, or how, you know, my cousin, you know, with her book, or my dog Pug, you know, with his music. You know what I'm saying? It's just like everybody's got their forum. It's just like, okay, so where can we fit in and try to be like, all right, I'm gonna get my own thing. So you guys have been nothing but inspiration and motivation for me, personally. You know, so I appreciate that.
It, man.
But do you ever have any issues with like disgruntled clients? You know what I'm saying? These situations where you know, it get kind of hectic. You know, from you dealing with, they might not agree with what you got going on or what the idea you have for them, and then how do you go from there?
I don't really have disgruntled clients. I have clients that I probably would never work with again.
Right.
So, but I ain't gonna say it's really disgruntled. Like, they just want stuff their way, which doesn't really work for me. And I didn't really go into business to, even though I'm in the service business, I didn't really go into it to be a slave to anybody else.
Right.
So if they say that, you know, because I'm very direct and upfront with what I will do and what I won't do. So if they say that they want to do something that kind of goes in line with something I won't do, I'm quick to say, you know, there's somebody else that will, you know, handle that for you. Like, that's not really in the vein of what I do, or you know, something I'm proficient in. So I'm quick to turn down work. So I don't really have disgruntled people. Like, people that really work with me, they really like what I do, and, you know, they like the product or service that I deliver. So I don't really get that too much. And the people that, I feel like the people that I don't want to work with, they will still work with me. So.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't really face that issue too much.
Right. So how hard is it to maintain your businesses? You know what I'm saying? As far as like keeping everything together, you know, on the I would say on the surface level, because obviously, you know, under the surface, it's a whole bunch of work. You're constantly working. I know that, but you know, just how hard is it to maintain, you know what I'm saying, your business?
I wouldn't say it's hard to maintain it. It's just a lot of work. I know, like, last year and the year before that, I was so hell-bent on wanting to be like a mogul, or, you know, be what people say CEO, which I hate that term when it comes to small businesses. But, like, there's so many people that I was, like, wanting to be that, so I wanted to hire all these people that do X, Y, and Z. But my business wasn't making enough money to really pay out people like that. So this year I really scaled back as far as the stuff that I was doing, make sure the stuff that I really want to do, and really just make sure I can handle everything on my own. But really the only thing that is kind of like a hassle right now is with having your own business or being an entrepreneur, you got to make sure that you are, not only are you working with the clients that you're working with at this moment or doing the work that you're doing at this very moment, but you also have to project in the future, like 3 to 6 months out. So like last year I started doing weddings. Like, I started, you know, doing video weddings. But before I did that, you know what, I said in 3 months I want to be making good money shooting weddings. So what I started to do is I shot like 2 or 3 weddings for free, just so I could build my portfolio, so people could see that, hey, you know, Rashod actually does a great job with weddings. So let me hire him. So in that 3 to 6 month, you know, time frame, people can start, you know, I'm going to have a good portfolio of weddings, because a lot of people just sit back and wait for opportunities to come and thinking people know what they do. But sometimes you actually show and put in their face like, hey, you know, I do this, I'm pretty good at it. And shout out to the people that, you know, actually, you know, allowed me to come to their wedding and shoot. Shout out to Kenidra and Joe Boone. Like, that was like one of my first weddings I shot. They had a dope wedding. And shout out to my boy Frankie and Tracy Caldero. They allowed me to come to their wedding shoot. But that's pretty much, like my main thing is just, projecting out.
It's funny you mentioned Frankie, man. Me and Frankie used to be on the same rec league team back in the day. His pops used to coach us, man. So that was that's good, man. Also saw you did Ashley's wedding, man. That was awesome, dude. Good work.
Good work on Ashley's a scumbag though, so we ain't really gonna discuss that too much.
All right.
I like to refer to her as a dickhead.
Oh wow, that's how that goes.
Shout out to Ashley Thinkstead/Upton or whatever last name she goes by now.
This is tripping for real. So where do you find your motivation to do what you do though, bro?
I motivate myself, man. It's not really hard for me to get motivated. Like, to keep it 100% real, like, over the past month, I've been kind of, like, down and out as far as not being creative or doing what I want to do. So now I'm trying to get back in the zone of just getting motivated. Like, I had those moments, like, every couple months where I just don't feel up to it. Like, because to be an entrepreneur, you consistently have to push yourself. So, I don't know, as far as, like, motivation, and I don't really listen to music that much anymore when I used to be, like, a big music head. So that used to be some of my motivation. So now I really just watch. Like, I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube. I watch a lot of stuff from my boy Gary Vaynerchuk, who's like my mentor in my head. I watch a lot of TV shows. Well, I watch a lot of TV shows when I'm actually working. I watch a lot of wrestling. I watch, basketball game, and I watch my Cowboys. So, 11-1. So, those type of things keep me motivated. So, those are the type of things that keep me motivated or give me some type of inspiration to look towards.
You get that
them damn Cowboys.
Yeah, man.
You sound like a hater.
Cowboys.
We ain't got nothing Joe, we ain't got nothing to talk about, man. Niner Nation, we ain't got nothing to talk about right now, man. We just banking on that draft pick. But Shad. So do you feel like you have that strong support system to carry out your businesses, or you are based off of, how it sounds in the interview, you pretty much, it's just you good with yourself, as far as getting everything knocked out?
I'm pretty much good with myself. I mean, my wife helps me out, but it depends on what I'm doing at the time. Because like when I do my I have an annual book bag drive, which Joe comes out every year. Appreciate that, brother.
No problem.
But you have an annual book bag drive. So when I do that, like my family actually comes out, so that's always a good feeling. And my boys come out, good feeling with that as well. I feel like when it comes to support, I feel like there's 3 types of support you can get, especially as an entrepreneur. You get people that don't support you at all. I feel like you get the people that like your stuff. They might come out, every once in a while, which is, still, they might like your stuff on social media. They might comment, they might share, they do all that. So you get that type of support. And then you get people that actually, help you get to the next level. Like as far as like people that actually sit down like, yo, what you want to do? Like really ask you in-depth questions as far as what you want to do. Like where you see yourself, like how you going to get there. Like pretty much like you just go back and forth in the conversation. So, I'm starting to get more in that as I get older. So, and that's the type of person I try to, monitor myself off. I like seeing people, talk about their passion. Like I know my boy Joe, he ultimately wants to have a shoe store. Like, and I love that. Like, I want to be a minority partner in that joint with him. But like, I'm trying to push that man to do it. So I mean, we're gonna talk about that later.
Come on, man. We don't call you Joe Sneaks for nothing, man. You gotta get into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there, man. I'm laying my plan out now.
All right. Well, with that being said, man, what advice can you offer to someone who is aspiring to make, to create a successful business, rather?
Most people just don't start. Like I'm actually working with a client now who has a shout out to Daviel. She actually is trying to, just build up her, and she's a hairstylist, so she's trying to build up, but she's just real hesitant on getting started. So it's just a lot of people that just.
So you over there doing push-ups or something? What the hell is that noise?
Yeah, it sounds like a puppy or something in the background.
Oh, they're doing sit-ups and push-ups. We doing CrossFit. We trying to get this thing.
Joe, you got a puppy, nigga?
No, that ain't it.
I don't know what that is, man. That ain't on this side.
Yeah,
I was like, man, Rashod, I don't know. I mean, Rashod steady talking. I keep hearing, woof. God damn. All right, looking back at stuff. Looking back at your life and business, man. Would you change anything about your past?
I know a lot of people say they don't regret anything. The only real regret I probably got is I probably would have finished college.
Right.
And that probably would have made it easier, but I think at the same time it probably would have had me, less hungry. And less hungry, and then I probably would end up being complacent at a nice paying job, which I would hate it.
Right.
So
okay.
I really don't regret anything, but that's probably the only thing. If I could have still kept my hunger that I have now and just had, a degree with it, I know my mom would have really wanted me to have a degree, so that's probably the only thing.
Right. Okay. So what is your biggest fear? Yes, in life period,
I really don't have any fears. I probably have to say that, seeing somebody close to you, pass away.
Mm-hmm.
And then I actually faced that earlier this week. My grandma passed, and that was, very, close to me. So, but I feel like now that my grandma was 98, she's about to be 99 in a couple weeks. So I feel like that is, giving me, a slight motivation to really want to go harder. So, but that's really, that's really the only fear I got, yeah. Other than that, yeah, I don't really fear too much.
Okay. So, definitely, man, we extend our condolences to you and your family going through this time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
I know you'll pull through, as you always do, man. Anything you ever face.
Yeah.
So, but what do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years, I really want to grow my agency to be one of the number one agencies in the country. So just building that up. Have a couple kids, have a couple houses. Just continue to work hard. Have a couple businesses. In my business, I want to see we get to the point where I could buy a small business, help them get on the right path, and flip it. Pretty much just have money coming in. My main objective in life is just to be happy in whatever I do, and be free. So as long as I stay on that path, then I'm good.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. A little, let's say, off topic from just the interview, but a good question for you, being that you say that you really don't get down with music too much like you used to. But what is the album that you just won't live without in your possession? That one album that you got to have it, man.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I still listen to that pretty frequently. Yeah. That's probably Blueprint was my best album ever. The best one to me. But then after a while, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy just speaks to me crazy. So I listen to that pretty much. It came out 5-6 years ago, and I've listened to it probably
2010. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've listened to it every week since.
All right. Okay. So that would be your favorite Kanye album of all time?
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. College Dropout don't stand a chance with it, huh?
College Dropout got a lot of skippable songs, yeah.
Yeah, really?
College Dropout is the most, College Dropout is definitely the most influential album I feel in the past 15, 20 years. But if you really go back and listen to it, it's not that good. I mean, I ain't gonna say that. That's a hot take. But yeah, I ain't gonna say that.
It's just
not as good as everybody make it seem.
They about to tweet the shit out of you.
Yeah, it was good for the time.
Yeah. Well, I think for me, you know, my opinion on the album is probably biased because when I was going to tech school, that's like as soon as the day I graduated, I went to the shop at base, and they had Kanye West, College Dropout. They had Young Gun's album that just came out. They had, and I picked up David Banner's "Baptized in Dirty Water" album when I was in tech. No, I was on my way to tech school in the Air Force, man. So, yeah, that Kanye album, that was the first thing I played when I got on the bus and was able to listen to, you know, the music. Because that year was when, the year prior was when he released, what was it, Through the Wire, the video, and I was just captivated, like from first time I heard that joint. So I mean, for me, you know, I can still play college. I would say I can play College Dropout, roughly all the way through. I think I saw something they were trying to rank.
Can you really play it all the way through though? Because that last part of the album gets real sketchy, yo. Like that song with Ludacris. What else is up
Breathe
there?
in, breathe out.
Yeah. That joint is trash. I've never listened the Family Business joint. The Family Business joint is terrible.
I actually like that joint, man. I actually like that one. That was.
I can't rock with it. I listened to the first half up into what's the song after Slow Jams?
Slow Jams is after Slow Jams is that Ludacris joint. The Ludacris joint.
I listen to it up to Slow Jams. I listen to like every song, and then I don't listen to. I haven't heard Through the Wire in like forever. But then like Last Call was like one of my favorite.
You know what's, now that I think about it, man, sitting there at tech school doing homework. I do remember when Ludacris part come on. I do remember hitting skip. I'll give you credit. I'll give credit to that. Yeah. And then hearing like the skits with D-Ray, you know, talking about the degrees, you know, extra classes. Yeah. And it was like very, very heavy on the skits, yeah. And some of the skits was like hit or miss, yeah. Yeah, they did that for. He did that for what, the first two albums. Yeah, the first two albums was you know, a lot of skits.
I feel like the skits on the second album were a little bit better though.
Broke Five Broke. Yeah. Broke Five Broke. Yeah, that was.
Do you remember that?
It was good times, man. That was real good. I mean, real good times, man.
But I do feel like College Dropout was like the most influential album because at the time there was nothing like that. Like everything during that time frame was like super thug, like everything super hardcore, super gangster, and then after that,
super flashy.
Like that's when.
Yeah, flashy. If anything, yeah, I think it was more. Yeah, it was more flashy. Okay.
But after that, you know, whatchamacallit came out. I mean, you did have, you know, around that same time frame, you know, Smiles and South Star, you know, which was a good album.
Yeah. Tell me what you think is going on. Yeah, man. That joint was on the that was one of those joints you heard on the radio heading to school. You like, who the hell is this? And like, you know, never thought that it was that name was Smiles and South Star. I think I remember joking back in the day. I think we said that was I saw the video. I think I might have even joked it with you. I think I said that was Trayson and Jeremy or something like that. You know, when we were growing up, just the young cat in the video. That was funny, man. So let me ask this to Rashod, man, because them being the only married one between us, do you feel like marriage alters your relationships with your friends?
It depends on who you are. Like with me, it doesn't.
Right.
I think it kind of alters if you have female friends.
Right.
Because I know when I was single, I couldn't. Like I used to talk to my female friends like all the time, like about any and whatever. So it kind of, you know, makes you like change that up a little bit because you don't want to seem suspect or, you know, saying too much. And like with me, like I could talk about anything, like with anybody. Like if you want to talk about, you know, your dude, you can talk about that. You want to talk about sex, not like us having sex, but just sex in general. Like I'm cool with that. Yeah. So those type of conversations you can't really have with, you know, really go in depth with a female friend.
Yeah, it's got to be in an open forum.
Right. But with like your guy friends, I don't think it really changes anything. Cause I feel like once you get out of that newlywed phase where you like, cause like the first 6 months to a year in your marriage is always gonna be great because y'all just experiencing new stuff together. But after that, you're gonna have to start chilling with your friends again. Like you're gonna have to, go out because you don't want to be under that person all the time. You're gonna want to have to just grab a drink with your dude, decompress, like all that. So I mean, it's definitely necessary.
Right. Okay. I ask another question to you. I guess this is probably more appropriate with I'd say when we were growing, like the way we were in like our, I'd say the late teens, early 20s. Would you be okay with one of your friends dating your sister? And I can pose the same thing to you too, Joe, because you got sisters. I got cousins and friends I consider sisters, but you guys are actual sisters.
I mean, yeah, but my sister's like older, so it's not. Ain't like I got a younger sister around my age or nothing. So
okay, so let me put it out.
I can't even
fathom it. We'll put it in that perspective then. All right, it's we're let's say your sister's 1 year younger than us. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And one of the fellas decide he's gonna try to rap to her. Then, what's your I would say your take on that? Now Jordan already said hell no, so he pretty much got his take on it.
It feels I don't know. I don't know because I want to say because all my friends, all the people I call my friends are really good, upstanding dudes for the most part. Like everybody got their shit or whatever, but for the most part, right. Everybody is pretty solid dudes. So I kind of wouldn't mind. I just wouldn't want to hear about it.
Right. Okay. So that makes sense. Well, I'll bring up, I guess, pretty much something that was pretty big in the news earlier this week. I'd like to address, but obviously Fidel Castro, the dictator of Cuba, has passed on. At the age of 90, and it's turned Facebook, and people just start voicing their opinion about some shit that they don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? You ain't never lived in Cuba. I mean, I lived in Cuba, but I was a military brat. I couldn't tell you much of anything about, as far as I ain't never met Castro. He ain't never had an impact, on my life as far as I know, but you see people on, just on social media, they'll like somebody will put like some information such as like he helped free he gave asylum to one of the members of the Black Panthers, and people try to slide that in there like he did a good thing compared to what he did to this country in Cuba. You know what I'm saying? Like no one can have really like a strong opinion about Cuba other than those that lived under him, to tell you how ruthless that this cat was. You know what I'm saying? I worked with, a good friend of mine, man, older cat, man. It's Cuban, and he was telling me about, what his, his family went through. You know what I'm saying? Like when Castro came through, and his family used to own like, several businesses. In order for them to let him, they were going to let him leave like the country, like to come to the, I believe it's come to the States. He had to give up all his business. The family had to give up all their businesses. So imagine like all your hard work put in, say for instance, Rashod, with you, what I'm saying, with the Rebel Society, in order for you to like leave the country, I'd say by that time, President Trump is like, okay, yeah, you can leave and move to Canada, but I got to take that Rebel Society from you. You know what I'm saying? So all that hard work you put in through those years, and then somebody comes along and, does this to you, but you got people on, social media basically having like the, strong opinions and want to slide in there. Well, he did help out, he liked black people, he met with Malcolm in Harlem, but come on, man, let's be real. Let's be real, man. Like no one can speak about, the situation with, with Castro and the Cubans, just like nobody wants to hear, anybody outside of the black community say anything about slavery. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just, it's just, there's certain steps you got to take, you know what I'm saying, without, stepping on anybody's toes. And if you don't really know anything about it, you might want to shut the fuck up. That's all, that's all I'm saying.
Pretty much.
But, what's your, oh, okay.
I know.
Yeah.
I know absolutely nothing about it. I thought he died when, Pablo was around.
And that's another thing, man. Like, people are on social media talking about this shit, and they ain't one thinking about Castro until last Friday when he died. When you see somebody just randomly just talking about Castro,
Yeah, I don't know nobody talking about it.
Social media is funny, man.
All I know about Cuba is Cuban cigars. Yeah, I could definitely hot take you if you want to go there though.
Yeah, Cuban sandwiches. I'm telling you, them things are off the chain. Down here,
ain't gyros made in Cuba?
No, don't do that. No, that's not made in Cuba. That's more like a Greek. If I'm mistaken, that's Greek. Yeah, it's Greek. Just had your little Charlemagne brilliant idiot moment.
They're about to fuck his Arby's on up, yo. I'm about to go to Arby's. Get his shit fucked up, yo.
Yeah, man. I don't know nothing about Cuba, B. It's down there past Florida, right?
Yeah. It's not too. It's a couple 100 miles away from us, I believe. It's not too far. If there was like land there, we could probably get that. I don't know, maybe 3-4 hours per se, 3-hour drive or something like that. Let me ask y'all, man. Remember growing up where we had shows that were put into, positive. There were positive shows and that you saw with black actors, such as the Cosby Show. Like now they're bringing back, the Cosby Show, because for whatever reason, they decided now that we're going to bring back the reruns of the Cosby Show, but they took it off because, Bill Cosby, the alleged incidents, that went down, but. I'm
Bill Cosby.
Cox, however we want to refer to him, but
Bill Cosby out here raping.
And that's all alleged stuff. But they took they took all this stuff off over alleged stuff. But my thing is, why take the show off if it promotes?
I feel you. Let's talk about this for a quick second, though.
Go ahead.
I know it's like last year stuff, but. Y'all think he out here raping though?
He probably did at 70. I don't know about now when he's like 80. He's blind, man. What are him and Stevie Wonder up to?
Hold on. That nigga is not blind. You see how big his eyes is?
I'm gonna tell you, man. Hey,
he out here with them bifocals on.
Everybody has a savage mood. Everybody does.
He was above. There were every art, man. The way I see it, every star has had that moment where they were above the law. You know what I'm saying? Like they could do roughly anything, and they felt untouchable. And I think Bill probably had his like in his 20s, 30s. He was like that black. He was like the black comedian at the time during like the 60s. You know what I'm saying? Like. So it's very possible that he might have been like, girl, would you want to get with me? I'm Bill Cosby, and just, trying to holler at a chick and be like, yo, I'm Bill Cosby. Like, on a serious note, I'm Bill Cosby. And then she can be like, oh, wow, you are a star. And then you do whatever, but you can still hold that, that situation later on and be like, oh, well, he forced himself upon me. I didn't agree to the sex. I was unconscious. That's the new. I don't say it's new, but that's what they're classifying it as rape now. Being unconscious.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like if you got to get a chick unconscious, you out here raping.
Yeah.
Chicks was probably throwing the pussy at him back then when he was
Darren Sharper. Yeah. 20 years.
That's it. Wow.
If I was the man out here.
I wouldn't.
If I was the man out here, I wouldn't have no pills. I'd just come up with my dick in my hand and like, yo, let's party. Yeah?
I wouldn't play. I just wouldn't play like that, man. That's too much, man. You got to really know you gotta know a little bit more about, a female, but you get caught up in the situation and then there's no turning back from. And then,
yeah, it's probably completely different being like a celebrity, but I wouldn't mess.
You gotta have like an inside man that like know her, that's just like that, that goes around. He gets the girls for you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What Phil Jackson was talking about, what the posse, get the posse to go out there and find the pudding pop girls and bring them back, and then he's on the pudding pop, and then be like, are you down for
the pudding pop?
Yeah, are you down for the pudding pop girls? That's the question. That's what we want to know. Are you down for pudding?
Hey, speaking of posses, Leonardo DiCaprio has a group of dudes that go with him called the Pussy Posse.
The Pussy Posse. So we go from pudding pop girls to Pussy Pop.
Yeah, I heard this is like a real thing, like him, Tobey Maguire, like the whole
Tobey
crew,
Maguire. That's what's funny to me. I don't really see Tobey Maguire as like that aggressive.
He don't look like he can get no pussy though.
No. I mean, he acted a little different in Spider-Man 3, but that was a movie. That still wasn't believable. When he had the dark when he had that dark Spider-Man look going on.
But you remember he was in the movie like dancing and stuff, like doing like Broadway, like.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, that's like the worst Spider-Man movie ever. I know I'm throwing y'all, on a tandem, but that was like the worst movie ever.
Man. Oh yeah, Joe. So what Spider-Man 3? Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was trash.
Yeah. All right, Joe. What I meant to tell you, I listened to 56 Nights. And I'm gonna tell you like this. I told you I was gonna listen to it. Now I got my feedback on that album. It's the same record every time. Every so I think it's 11 tracks. I heard 11 different variations of the same song. Is what I heard. But it's the style of music. People I'm not knocking Future. People in the Future. That's what you do. Hey, listen to your Future. If it gets you amped for the club, that's what you want to hear when you go to the club. By all means, carry on. Yeah, 56 Nights. I'll take my Logic Under Pressure over 56 Nights by Future.
Oh yeah,
sure.
yeah. Logic was dope, man. That was my
I
first
told
time
you,
hearing
man. That dude is. I'm waiting. He's working on his next album right now. Waiting for that to drop, man. Well, he got 3 actually. Bobby Tarantino. What is it? The Incredible True Story. And Under Pressure, and then he got like 4 mixtapes before that,
Speaking of which, y'all know that Childish Gambino came out today.
Yeah, I did. I looked that up. I saw that on some website like that released. Yeah, I haven't heard. It's funny. I've only heard Childish Gambino on a Logic album. That's the only music I've heard from him.
Really? You really need to listen to Because of the Internet.
Yeah.
That is like one of my favorite albums that came out probably like 2 or 3 years ago.
Right. I'll check them. Definitely check them out. On the subject of music, let me ask you: if one of your friends let me ask you, Rashod, if one of your friends wanted to make a rap album, would you support them even if you felt like their music wasn't good?
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, okay, so Joe come out like, hey, I'm gonna make a rap album about sneakers, and if it's not hitting, you're not supporting it.
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't expect nothing less from Rashod. Rashod, one of them people, he gonna tell you the real shit. So.
Yeah. No, if it was something that was like minor tweaks to it, then I'll give constructive criticism. Like, yo, maybe you should try doing these type of beats, or maybe you should try this type of flow, or try to do something this way. But if you have absolutely no talent, I'm not the person that's just gonna support just because. Because then that puts in your head that, yo, my stuff's good. I got, people supporting me and all that stuff. People trash stuff. So that makes me look crazy for just rocking with
you. You don't want like 100 yes man in your corner, yo. Yeah, that shit dope, cuz.
What do you think? You think Kanye got yes man in his corner right now?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but his music has always been dope, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, now let me ask you: do you feel like his sound has evolved? Because like the untrained ear people are like, oh man, this dude fell off. I like when he did, backpack rap, but he's always came with like a different sound. You know what I'm saying? Kanye will forever be one of my favorite producers. Period. Not just in hip hop, just music in general, man. It's just I look at him as like an artist. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's not fitting to any genre. He just does music, man. Of course he has.
Yeah, I feel like he's like the greatest artist in the past since like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Okay. So let me ask you.
That's not even a hot take. That's like some true honest, like in my gut, in my heart of hearts. That's what I feel.
And I respect that. Let me ask. So on the subject of Michael Jackson, do you feel like Chris Brown missed his window?
Yeah, he's supposed to be way bigger than what he is now.
Yes, that's how I feel, man. I feel like that incident happened with Rihanna. Yeah, it's not like we're okaying it's all right to be the woman, man. But he took like that Dark Knight role, whatever. Like you die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Now he's just like embracing that villain. I mean, granted, females are gonna support him regardless, because the brother can sing. But as far as where he could be in his career, man, I thought more was gonna be by now. You know what I'm saying? At least for him, with approaching. I think he's approaching 30.
Yeah.
He's approaching 30.
But real talk though, I never heard like a great album from him.
I'll give you that. I'm not a. It's funny because I don't. Singles. They give it. You know what? Okay, I'll take it back. The best album I've heard from him is Fame, the one with what's that shit? Whatever, Deuces. Yeah, the Deuces. The
that was a good album. I had
Up to You. That the joint with the Human Nature sample, She Ain't You. And then like the one he did that could pretty much be a crossover hit that sounds like that damn Justin Bieber shit. What Do You Mean? But forgot the hell's name. It's the last.
Like the first
song
on that album was like dope.
Yeah.
The first song
and
on
the
the
artwork
album sounded like a Prince joint or something like that, or it was some type of rock joint. That joint was like my favorite song for a while.
Would you say that The Weeknd is modern day Prince?
Yeah. He's actually like the mixture between Prince and Michael Jackson if they had a baby, and if that baby was on drugs.
Right. Like with The Weeknd, at least for me, The Weeknd doesn't know how to dance. We've seen him live. That's the only aspect that's missing from his, I would say, from his performance. But I mean,
his live show I heard is trash.
Yeah. Oh, well, I watched him dance. That's enough. I mean, he's got a lot of fireworks, like Kevin Hart. Just fire the bitch up one time. It's just like a lot of fireworks. Sound effects with him. But I mean, his music is dope. I listen to Starboy. I prefer Beauty in the Madness. That's just me per se. My lady, she plays that around the house to start with. She loves The Weeknd, man. But me, I'm more Bruno Mars. I would say like they both released their albums around the same time, and 24K Magic is that album. You listen to that, it's like literally reliving the 90s. He got one joint that sounds like Shy, Baby I'm Yours up there. Straight Up and Down is the name of it. Yeah, that shit is fire. I'm
not a big Bruno Mars fan, so.
Bruno looks like, Bruno looks like he could be a lesbian. Like, no bullshit. Just like, you just look at his face, got that clean face, and then like that little small afro. I'm pretty sure you've seen, like,
I had a cousin that was like that. She wore like the little, like the low top joints with the 3/4 length shorts all the time. With the little fro. The little giraffe fro. Like,
got to be clean.
Be got to be clean.
You better holler. You better try to see what's up, man. Get on that next album. Be on the next album.
I'm straight. Yeah, I'm definitely straight.
Have y'all seen?
Speaking of which, I want to get y'all thoughts on something real quick.
Go ahead.
Like, I was like I work at this production studio part time called Viz Inc. Shout out to Treasy and Corey and Marcus and them. But one of the owners was saying that Martin Lawrence and Kevin Hart were trash as comedians.
Oh, hell to it.
How old is he?
He's a little bit older than us, probably like 34, something like that.
And he said that Martin Lawrence and who else? Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart are trash as comedians.
Okay, all right.
What is he like?
I'm
I mean,
gonna let Joe
like,
go.
You know,
I'm gonna let Joe go first.
He liked, I think his favorite one was Chris Rock and like Louis C.K. something like that.
I can respect. I see where he's coming from. Then I see where he's coming from. Then those are two different styles of of comedians. Martin,
exactly. You got political comedy, and then you got straight up comedy. And that's Chris Rock. Chris Rock gonna give you the real.
Yeah, I'll let Joe go. I'll let Joe, what you think on Alicia, your thoughts on that, and then I'll give my my 2 cents on that. But I got that. Martin is my guy, so I definitely
Chris Rock gives you literal comedy, man, like political stuff, man. He gonna say stuff that's off topic, and you gonna really think about it like, damn, that's stupid as hell, but he is funny though, you know what I'm saying? Most people wouldn't say that. But you talking about Chris Martin and Kevin Hart. That's just pure comedy from the soul, man. You know what I'm saying? This stuff they ain't making up. They going off the rim. They going off the jump with it. So
true.
I don't know.
Very true.
Everybody that's out right now, you're not gonna get that from them like Chris Rock and the other guy that you said
Louis C.K.
Chris.
Louis C.K. I like Louis C.K.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get it like that. So.
All right.
Well, that's my opinion on that, man.
Let me give you my stance immediately on this for him saying that Martin. I'll give him Kevin Hart because Kevin Hart is like, I'm not gonna say he's Will Ferrell, is like hit or miss, but you either like him you either love him or you hate him. And with Kevin, man, Kevin is his biggest thing is talking about his family, and I respect that. That's his core. That's his core. I don't know, go-to joke. He likes to talk about his kids or whatever, and his family. So, do you get tired of hearing like the same old stuff? I find it fun. I find Kevin funny when he gets high pitched. That's just me personally. Like when he get high pitched, like watching The Secret Life of Pets, and he's that rabbit. He does that high pitched shit all day. That shit is funny to me, And then like the Chocolate Dropper. If you heard the mixtape, he gets high pitched. He does. He's going at Future. He's going at Drake. That shit's funny. But with Martin, man, Martin is like you said. It's one of those. Martin was never one of those people that he wasn't going to sell out to some degree. You know what I mean? So he's it's animated. Martin was always animated because some people would call the shit that he did on the TV show buffoonery, or coonery rather. For when him dressing like a woman and then, jumping up and down, running into walls, biting, church pews and shit. It's animated comedy, and he was one of the best at doing that. Kind of like Jim Carrey, you know what I'm saying? Like Jim Carrey can make you laugh and he don't got to say a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just that funny. For those that are into Jim Carrey, like my mom hated, I've talked about it on the show before. My mom hated that I would imitate Jim Carrey doing Ace Ventura and that walk all the time. You know what I'm saying? But my family would just die laughing at that shit. She thought she didn't like it because it made me look like a damn fool, just like he did. You know what I'm saying? But it was funny, man. You either felt it or you didn't. Now Martin's probably one of my, I would say growing up, Martin was my favorite comedian, hands down. Which is Martin, there's Eddie, Martin, Eddie, Jamie Foxx, and of course Richard Pryor. Had the influence on me. But as an adult, I would say my favorite comedian is, unfortunately, what he said, Chris Rock, man, because Chris Rock has basically helped raise me and helped me become, a better man. You know what I'm saying? By the stuff he said, make more sense. Like how he said in one of his stand-ups, he was like, with females, it's like men are unable to win an argument because we have a need to make sense, and women are out to win the argument, and they're like, you're not gonna let a little thing like common sense, making sense, getting in the way of their argument. You know what I'm saying? Out the win.
Yeah.
It's like, certain things like that, because it can be emotional, but that's my take on it. I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, it's either you like Kevin or you don't like Kevin.
Yeah.
But that Martin shit, that's a touchy subject for me, man. So I had to.
Yeah, I think You So Crazy is like the funniest thing ever. Like to this day, I would still watch that.
Have you seen the newest stand-up?
Nah.
It's not too bad, man. It's definitely some jokes are repetitive, that you've heard. If you watch it, you'll like, oh yeah, I heard Martin say that joke before. But it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. It's not going to replace Run Tell That for me. Run Tell That was like that was it. Hell, I mean, what Rashod, me, you, and what Deanna went to go see that, right? And Jermaine went to go see that. In theater, man. That shit was funny, dude. The Cavassier. But we got like a little under 5 minutes left, man. I want to talk a little bit of sports with my Cowboy fan right here. So, what's your take on the rest of the season, man? I don't want to jinx it, but how far do you see you guys going?
I don't know what the rest of the schedule look like, but I feel like
you're shooting for the playoffs, man.
Yeah, we definitely making the playoffs.
You're shooting for the playoffs. I see division winner, because it's the Eagles are going downhill. I mean, the Giants. I take it back. Redskins and Giants, depending on what they do. The Giants have to play the Steelers this weekend, so I imagine the Steelers will take this one. Hopefully that is. That's my Pops team right there. So we'll see what happens with that. But one last thing. Okay, one last thing. Should golf be considered a sport to you, Rashod?
I mean, it can. It's still gonna be boring as hell, whatever you consider it as.
Would you say you have to be athletic to do it?
No, you definitely gotta be athletic.
And
all you gotta know how to do is, you ain't gotta work out or nothing. You gotta have like a little bit of strength, and you gotta have some sturdy knees, and that's pretty much it.
That's what's happening, man.
Yeah, that's true. It's more like a hobby.
Yeah, Joe. So, what you think about the Cowboys' outlook?
Shit emoji.
This dude, man.
Hold on, what? What was that? I didn't catch that.
He didn't hear that. He didn't hear that too well. Cowboy Nation is listening.
The shit emoji.
The shit emoji.
You're a hater.
I like to give credit where credit is due, man.
Cowboys
they balling. They balling.
I'm a big supporter of Dak, man. Big supporter of Dak. And it sucks, man. It's almost like, I feel like it's remember the Titans for him. He has to win every game or they're going to try to pull his ass. That's what I feel like. I feel like the day that Dak, I feel like when the Cowboys lose, they're like during the season, they're going to have Tony Romo with a shiny-ass helmet waiting to step in. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, too. They need to, I wanted Tony Romo to stay around. He could play, backup or whatever, but they're going to have to get rid of him.
Yeah, he's talking about being traded to the Broncos anyway, which I don't know. I don't know if he's helpful, because if the wind blows a certain way, Romo's back is out. So there's only so much you can do. It's like he got to be like when you were younger. You used to play all-time quarterback, and nobody can touch the quarterback and shit. He got to play quarterback for the team and shit.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. That's what you need to do, because he's made out of glass. So anything gonna take him out,
Yeah, bro. Well, this pretty much concludes this week's episode, man. I appreciate Rashod being on, man. Had a lot of laughs. Got a little insight, what you got going on, bro. Anything you want to say to the listeners?
People, just go out and do something. Do something with your life. Stop being basic. Have fun. I ain't really got nothing to say.
All right, what about you, Joe?
Yeah, it was a good show, man. We had a good time, yo. Good convo. You know what I'm saying? Speaking with your homeboys, you know what I'm saying? It's just like having a regular conversation anyway, so.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, definitely look forward to having Rashod on the show sometime again, man. You know, talk about random stuff. Probably won't even write any topics down for that. We'll just go with the flow, man, and see how things go. That seems to work for today's episode. But this is romey-mak. I got Joe Sneaks and I got Rashod Harris of the Rebel Society here, and we out. Y'all take care.
All right.
All right, 100.